Hello. How is everyone doing today? Today we are going to be talking about procrastination. Actually, one of my favorite subjects to talk about is time management and organization, which goes hand in hand with procrastination. One of the biggest issues that I come across with individuals that I work with is procrastination. So I have actually created a link. It is right above my head, filled with 13 different ways we procrastinate and 35 strategic ways to get over that procrastination. I always say that the number one way of making sure that we are doing the best that we need to be doing or to figure out what's going on in our life is to be honest with ourselves about what's going on. So the first way to stop the procrastination is to first figure out the ways in which you're procrastinating. Now, most people view procrastination as being lazy, or the number one thing that people say is there's a fear. There's a fear around success, or there's a fear of failure. And those are really the only two we talk about, but there's actually 13 of them that are getting in the way of our success, getting in the way of you writing that book, getting in the way of you applying for that new job, getting in the way of you being the best mom, the best wife, the best husband that you can possibly be. And I want to talk about it today. Now, obviously, I'm not going to cover all 13 of them. That's what the program is for. But I am going to go over a few of them with you. I have my handy dandy workbook here, and I also have this. That means we're getting we're getting serious today. I brought out my whiteboard. I don't normally do that, but I think I'm going to start doing it. I do it within my classes when I teach live classes, in-person classes. So one of the just awesome things that I learned throughout my journey was probably about 5 or 6 years ago. So my whole life, I have been thrown into these crazy circumstances, most of the time work related, where there's just total just chaos on all ends. And I have always said that I am the greatest multitasker in the world. Like, you throw anything at me, I get that stuff done. And about 5 or 6 years ago, my bubble of being the best multitasker was completely bursted like crazy. So if you're one of these people that's all about multitasking, or you know somebody who's all about multitasking and how amazing it is, I'm about to blow your mind right here. All right. So this is a simple exercise to prove. And feel free to argue with me if you want to. I love the commentary. But here is a simple exercise to prove that multitasking is not a thing. Our minds are absolutely incapable of multitasking. What we're actually doing is we're starting and stopping several projects at once, and you're actually delaying the final project in all the things that you're doing like drastically. Okay, so this is how our minds shift. And this is how slowly they shift without you necessarily knowing how slowly they shift. So I'm going to turn my timer on. If you're watching me on the phone, which you probably are, you're not going to be able to time it with me, but you're just going to have to trust that my timer is pretty accurate. It's going to be a little inaccurate because I'm having to go from here to here. But if you do this exercise on a piece of paper like this, with yourself or with a partner, whoever this multitasker is, this is going to make something very not apparent all of a sudden very apparent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write across this board the words time management. Then underneath time management, I am going to write the numbers 1 through 14. Now, be mindful. I have the handwriting of a 5th grade child. I like to say boy, but that seems a little sexist. So we don't want to offend anybody here at Human Better 365. We're all about lifting people up, but I don't have the best handwriting. So I'm going to write out in my handwriting time management and then the numbers 1 through 14. You're going to do the same thing on your end, and we're going to time it. We're going to time it. Okay. So here we go. This is exercise 1. There's 2. This is a 2 course here. Okay, here we go. So start, and then we're going to write time management, and then 1 through 14. "17 seconds. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay. All right. So time management and then numbers 1 through 14. And it's fairly legible. That's fairly legible. So that was 17 to be exact, 17.73 seconds. 17.73 seconds to do that. Okay. Now we're going to multitask. So this is for all of my fellow multitaskers who insist that you can do several things at one time and be successful at it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same exact thing. And I probably should have left that up, but I didn't. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be switching. We're going to be multitasking. And we're going to write one letter and we're going to write one number. So T for time and then 1. I, 2. M, 3. E, 4. So it's going to say time, and then our self is going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go all the way across again. But this time, instead of writing all the letters and then all the numbers, we're going to be switching from letters to numbers, and we're going to see how well our fabulous brains multitask and if it makes sense time-wise. Because here today, we're talking about time management and getting our life in order. So here we go. Okay? Do it with me or time me, whichever one. Ready? Go. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. And what's crazy about that, I did that as quickly as I could. And we're at 26.31. 26.31. So how many more seconds is that? Now, this is a small test for you to realize. So 26.31 minus 17.73, 8.58 seconds more. 8.58 seconds more. And this was with me diligently knowing what I was doing, diligently knowing that I was against the clock, knowing what was happening, that I was on a timer, that I was racing. And it took me an extra 8 seconds for my brain to switch back and forth race mode. Now, if you can take that same exact thought process and realize that in life, when you're switching back and forth, it takes seconds. If you notice, the delay between each one was some time. It was probably, obviously, about a half a second in between each one. Now, when we're doing this in our life, it's not a half a second delay. It's not a second delay. It's actually minutes delayed. If you do the research on this, there is a minutes delay between being able to switch from one project to another project. Okay. Switching from email to working on an actual project that you're doing, going from social media to a sales call. This constant flow of back and forth is a wasting your time. It actually is not beneficial to getting done as much as you need to be getting done throughout your life. Throughout your life. So, for those of you that are multitaskers, for those of you that know somebody who's a multitasker, I want you to play that game. I want you to sit and time yourself today when you get home. Do this little exercise, time yourself and see your time and really have an honest conversation with yourself about, does this multitasking thing, is it actually serving me? Is it actually serving me in the best way possible? Probably not. Probably not. So that is what I would like to convey to you today. So the first thing on my list to talk about after this multitasking thing is the mind flush. The mind flush. We're going to be talking about priorities today. We're going to be talking about time blocking today. For those of you that are having issues with procrastination, I am selling my course. This is the last call for it being sold this cheap. I'm basically giving this away. It's $19 to get my procrastination course, 13 ways in which we all procrastinate, 35 strategic ways in which to get over that procrastination. I am going over a few things from that course right now today. You're getting it for free. So share this content, send it to your mom, send it to your dad, send it to your wife or your husband. Whoever is the biggest procrastinator in your life, share this with them. I'm giving you free content from this course. If you like the content, if it makes sense to you, if you appreciate the way I am delivering it to you today, you will love this course. You will love this course. Straight to the point, no sugarcoating. Boom, 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 boom. Start making changes in your life. Okay. So we just went over the fact we just debunked multitasking. Not a thing. If you missed it, you're going to have to rewatch. The next thing I want to talk about is the mind flush. One of the very first things that I do with my clients when I sit down with them and we start talking about their time management, their organization within their home, within their business, within their life, their relationships, their children, the first thing we do is what I call a mind flush. You can do this. You can do this. Go home right now. Go home right now. If you want some freebies today, this will be a life-changing occurrence for you. I call it a mind flush. You have to basically envision your mind as a fire hydrant and you are flushing every single thing out of your mind and you are writing it down on a piece of paper. Now, I do this every 90 days. I do it for my personal and my business. I was just looking for, and I don't have it. The only one I have is my my business. So every 90 days, I do this where I sit down and I write out anything and everything that I can think of that I want to be doing or creating for my business, for you guys, actually, for Human Better 365. This is every 90 days I sit down. This just started. Where are we? We're barely in. We are 25 days into this 90 days. So this is just the first 25 days of what I've written down. By the time I am at day 90, this entire thing will be totally full, all 3 days, or all 3 pages, and there will be scribbles here. There will be scribbles on a few pages before, just flowing with information. And what this does is this gives me the ability for when you're procrastinating, because everyone procrastinates, and that's what this whole thing is comes down to, is we're always procrastinating. There's literally no way around it. When you're doing one thing, you're procrastinating on everything else you could be doing. You could be doing the most prioritized thing on your list, right? If you are suffering from the one that I'm coming up with the most, because we can actually visually see it, but if you are suffering, if you are ailing physically because you're not in where you want to be health wise, and you're spending an abundant amount of time on your health, that is a priority. However, when you're putting a ton of effort into your health, you are then not putting any effort into your spouse, into your children, into your work, into your career, into your finances. So we're always putting something on the back burner. And a lot of times this can create guilt. And that's one of the things that I love to mention is we got to get rid of the guilt. We have to get rid of the guilt. We have to start prioritizing. We have to start doing these mind flushes consistently throughout your days, weeks, months, however you want to do it, and start prioritizing. This way we know what has to be done at steps 1, 2, and 3 with your priority list. And then we don't feel so much guilt with the things that we're maybe putting on the back burner. So these are conversations you need to have. So if you need to be putting way more effort into your career because your finances are looking pretty dim right now, you need to be having conversations with your spouse or with your children and say, hey, listen, bud, I need to sit down and I need to come up with different ways of creating finances and wealth for myself. I'm going to have to put in extra time. I'm going to have to create a business. I have to create a side hustle. More of my time needs to go towards this in order to make sure that I'm okay or we're okay or whatever your circumstances are with the family. That will rid you of guilt of not doing other things in your life, realizing you need to put a little more time and effort into that. But a lot of times we can't figure those things out until we do a mind flush. A lot of times we're just like wandering around the earth. We're just wandering around. We wake up, we go to work, maybe we work out, maybe we don't. We come home, we eat dinner, we put our feet up and we relax. And we say to ourselves, I'll clean the basement tomorrow. I'll work on my resume for a better job tomorrow. I'll create a beautiful date night for my spouse tomorrow. And we're always freaking putting things off till tomorrow, until tomorrow list is 1,600 lines long. And we're still doing the same things over and over and over again. So what this mind flush does is it allows you to write down all of the things. Guys, this is valuable. Write down all of the things that are in your brain, all the things you need to do, all the conversations you need to have, all the people you need to call, all the things you need to purchase, all the projects around your house, your car, your business, your career, your education, your children, all the projects. Living arrangements. What is going on with your living arrangements? Are we moving? Are we staying? Do we need to contact a lawyer? Do we need to go house shopping? How does the internalness of the house look? Are you looking to rearrange where you live or how you live or what you have? Minimalism is a huge thing that I talk about as far as making sure that you only have what you need. A lot of times this procrastination happens because we have so much stuff. There's so much stuff in our house just weighing us down of I need to clean this. I need to dust this. I need to rearrange this. I need to bring this out. I need to take that out. I need to go to Goodwill for this. I need to have a garage sale. We're just drowning in all of our stuff. So what is our living? What does our environment actually look like? What are some things that you've been meaning to change or wanting to change or thinking about changing that you haven't done? Write that down. Books that you want to read, movies you want to watch, date nights that you want to create, vacations that you were thinking or that are filed in your head somewhere, but you've never really written them down to actually create any sort of momentum towards that. These are all things that need to be written down somewhere. Just vomit it all out. It should be pages. Like, this shouldn't just be one page. This should be pages and pages between your health, between your fitness, between all of your relationships, your family, your friendships, your self-love, your career, your education, your finances, your joy, your happiness, your contribution. Just right there, that was 12 things. 12, that's 12 lines, or if you just do one per line. There should be multiple things per line, including all the conversations that you've been putting off that you need to be having, emails you need to write, finances, calling your insurance company to renegotiate your car insurance, your business insurance, your health insurance. These are all things that we have in our head that just continue to weigh us down. It's so overwhelming that when we come home, we don't want to do anything. We just want to sit on the couch and put our feet up and eat cold pizza from last night because it's just too much. But if I can get you to grab a piece of paper right now, grab a pen, you have to force yourself to do this. If you want a better life, if you want a more successful life, it's going to take work because you have created a habit. You have created a habit where you're doing the same thing. It's comfortable every single day, every single time. To call up the insurance agency is freaking hard. No one wants to do that just to save a little bit of money. But what if that little bit of money that you're saving, $100 a month, actually ends up being $1,200 at the end of the year, which then creates a really nice vacation for you and your family, right? So if you can negotiate your health insurance, your business insurance, your car insurance, whatever else is going on, and you can save $20, $30, $100, even just $100 a month for 12 months is $1,200. Do that for a year, do that for 2 years. I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's you and your spouse. I don't know if you have kids. I don't know what your situation is. But I know that $1,200 at the end of the year for most people is a lot of money. And all it would take is for you to write it down, realize it's something that needs to get done, time block, not multitask, time block on a Monday during your lunch break that you're going to sit for an entire hour on the phone with these people and try to negotiate a better rate. All your bills, your cable bill, that can be brought down. Your phone bill, your internet bill, these are all negotiables. These are all negotiables. But until you make your finances a priority, until you write it down and realize, hey, this is something, that was just an example. This is something that I've been meaning to do. I can see value in this. And you buckle down and you actually do that one thing in order for a little tiny bit of success to hit your life that is going to catapult or snowball into the future. Okay. So mind flushing. Now, when you have these pages and pages and pages of stuff, then what I want you to do is I want you to break it up. Number one thing that the Human Better 365 platform talks about, for those of you that have been coached by me, and for those of you that haven't, you might want to give me a call. I do one-on-one coaching. The platform for Human Better 365 is 4 circles. It's 4 circles, and they are health, relationships, prosperity, and joy. Health is in the middle. It's the nucleus. It's the most important. If you don't have your health, all the rest of the circles disappear. They're not even a thing, because if you're not healthy, if you're not alive, then you can't worry about your relationships, your prosperity, your joy. So health always comes first, then your relationships, then your prosperity, and joy encompasses every part of your life, every part of your life. So then what you do is you create your mind flush list, all the things, just write it down. Then when you're done, you have your list. You have 4 pieces of paper, 5 pieces of paper, 6 pieces of paper, whatever yours looks like. Then tear those out of the notebook, spread them out. And I want you to have 1 piece of paper for just health, 1 piece of paper for just relationships, 1 piece of paper for just your prosperity, which is finances, career, and education, and 1 piece of paper for joy. And rewrite. Okay? So we have to stop thinking of this as work. This is your life, people. This is your life. Some of y'all work harder for your boss than you do for your own life. This is your life. You have to put some effort into it. There has to be some work into it. These are the things that are going to pay you accolades in the future, is taking these steps. If you don't take these steps, you're going to be right where you are right now, 5 years from now, the same place. The same place. Doesn't matter. You have to get your priorities in check. You have to. So do that mind flush. Set it out in sections: health, relationships, prosperity, and joy. Those are the 4 circles of life within the Human Better 365 curriculum. Then what you're going to do is prioritize them. So next to every single one of them, write a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4. Number 1 priorities get 1s. Number 2 priorities get 2s. I don't know what it is for you. I have no idea where calling AT&T to lower your rate on your internet bill ranks for you. That might be a 1. If you have $3 in your bank account, I've been there before. I've had negative 32 cents, negative $42 in my bank account many times. I have been digging through my car and my coat trying to find cents, like 5 cents, 80 cents to put in my gas tank because I had no money. I have been there before. If that is where you are at in your life, then calling AT&T, the cable company, internet, insurance, car insurance, these would be a priority for you. Hey, I can't pay these insane rates. I need to get rid of my cable bill. That might be something you actually need to do. So prioritizing according to what is a priority for you. If you're fine financially, then that might be a number 4 on your list. Everybody's list is going to be different. But then what happens, you do that one day, spend 2 or 3 hours doing this exercise. It will literally change your life. I guarantee it. This is one of the exercises that's in my course. I'm giving it to you today for free. If you want to purchase my course, it's $19. I'm basically giving it away. It is gold. It is gold, and I'm basically giving it away for free. Once you create your priorities, next step is the very next day, start working on your 1s. 1s come first. Go through the list. Every single one that you mark down as a 1 need to start getting worked on ASAP, very next day. Today's Wednesday. Do your list today. Thursday, you wake up, you look at your list, get done the 1s. The 1s are first. Tomorrow, 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on how hard or easy they are, of those 1s should be done tomorrow. And then more of them done on Friday, more of them done on Saturday, more of them done on Sunday. And you don't stop until all the 1s are marked up. Those are the most important things that you're supposed to be working on right now in your life. You need to set that as a priority for yourself in your life. We need to start treating our life like a business. You are running your own business. Your life is your business. So if you don't create some sort of when you go to your job, there are people that do certain things to make sure that that business runs and operates appropriately. There's people that answer the phones. There's people that clean the bathrooms. There's people that run logistics. There's people that are advertising. There's people doing all these things. And then on top of that, there are people that create goals for sales of some sort that you have to hit as an organization, as a company, as a sales office. That's the same with your life. You need to be organizing all these different parts of your life: your health, your relationships, your prosperity, your finances, your education, your career, and your joy. So nobody else is here making sure it's all done. You're the boss. You are the actual boss of your life. So you got to start getting that stuff in order to make sure that you are as successful as you can possibly be in your life. Nobody is going to save you. People will try to save you. I just wrote a blog post on this. Nobody saved me. I was waiting for somebody to save me. Nobody saved me. The few people that did try to save me, parents tried to save me. I had a couple friends that tried to save me. I was stupid. I was stupid. I was really dumb back then, super naive, didn't know what I was doing, didn't know all the rules, didn't know how to run my life accordingly. Now I do. Now I do. And I want you to be at that same point in your life where you are ruling your life. You are saying yes to life. You are running your life business appropriately and prioritizing things that are important for you right now in this time, in this era. Okay. So one of the procrastination tactics that I want to talk about today is negative self-talk. Negative self-talk. Who does this? Shake your head. Give me a comment if you do this. Negative self-talk. How do we get rid of negative self-talk? How do we get rid of negative self-talk? We need to replace it with positive self-talk. Positive self-talk. So every single time you hear yourself saying something negative about what you're doing, where you're doing, something that you want to be doing, it is your responsibility to change that negative into a positive. Nobody can do that for you. Nobody. People can say to you, you're great, you're phenomenal, you should do that. Believe them. Believe them. One of the best ways to overcome negative self-talk is to eat up people who are saying positive things to you. Accept the compliments. Pull power from that. Say thank you. Start believing. If you don't have anybody in your life saying something positive, I have been there in my life previously. There are portions of my life where all I had was me saying negative things and other people saying negative things to me. And then I had to sit down and I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision to start talking positively about myself. It sounds silly. I would walk around being like, I am awesome. I am brilliant. I am fabulous. I am fantastic. I can do anything. I know all of the things. When you continue to say that stuff with conviction, what happens is your brain hears your voice and it starts to believe yourself. It starts to believe yourself. How many of you have people in your life that walk around telling you you're brilliant? Not very many people. Maybe your mom or your dad, but not very many people are walking around in your life telling you that you're brilliant. Why are you not telling yourself you're brilliant? The things that you're procrastinating on many times comes because you're speaking negatively about yourself and you don't believe that you can do it. You don't believe you can do it. So I want you to ask yourself, is having negative self-talk making you procrastinate? How is it making you procrastinate? In what ways are you procrastinating because you are speaking negatively about yourself? I can't do it. I'm incapable. It's too hard. I've never done that before. I don't really know. Maybe next time I'll look into it. I'm not smart enough, handsome enough, pretty enough, popular enough, smart enough to be able to do that stuff because I'm dumb. I'm an idiot. All these words that we tell ourselves, we need to start erasing all that negative self-talk. Just erase it. Whenever it comes to bay, if you hear somebody else saying it, you need to tell them to take it back. You take that back. If you hear yourself saying it, I don't know, I don't have a good memory, I've never run a business before, I'm not organized, I've never been organized. You need to start saying things like, I am the most organized individual on the planet. Just me saying that to you may have elicited some sort of a feeling inside you. Saying these things out loud to yourself will create momentum because your mind believes you. Your mind believes everything you say. So if you tell yourself you're dumb, your mind believes you. That's like that saying where whether you say you're right or you're wrong, or whether you say you can't or whether you say you can, you're right. Because you make yourself right. So if you say you can't do it, you're right. If you say you can do it, you're right. Why is that? Because our mind believes the words that we say. So start going along in your life saying things that are more beneficial to you as a business. If you were running a business, would you go around telling everybody that your business sucked? How are you supposed to get sales like that? Would you go around telling people that your business was unorganized? Would you go around telling everybody that the models that are modeling your shirts are ugly or unattractive? No, absolutely not. You would be telling people you were running the best business. You had the most organized business, the most successful business, because you know that that is how you create momentum of success within your business. Well, it's the same thing with your life. It's the same thing with your life. So you need to start telling yourself all the goodness that you want in your life in order to succeed. I am brilliant. I am awesome. I am smart. I know all the things. I am powerful. I am sexy. And you'll start believing yourself. Now, I want to get back to talking about priorities. One of the main reasons people procrastinate is because of a lack of priorities. So going back to that mind flush exercise that I was talking about earlier, all of this is in the program. So this link right here will take you to the sales page to purchase this program. 13 ways we procrastinate as humans is just been updated, by the way. We've added more to it since the last time we talked, just so you know. So it is now bigger and better. So for those of you that already purchased it, for those of you that are on your way to go purchase it, it is now bigger than it was when we originally launched this program. So you are getting even more bang for your buck. We're basically giving it away for free. It's $19. $19. All of this goodness. The only way that you're going to start making progress in your life is if you start investing in yourself, folks. You have to start investing in yourself. Take $19 and invest in this program and start to figure out why you yourself are procrastinating. There's different ways. There's different ways in which you're doing it. You have to figure out your ways. Sometimes they interlock. Sometimes you have 3 different ways people procrastinate on one project. On one project, you're like, all I have to do is get motivated, and then you're still not doing it. You still have 2 other procrastination tactics sitting on top of that. So we talk about procrastination all the ways. You have to get knowledgeable in what you're doing to yourself, how you are stopping yourself from ultimately reaching your full potential. And then on top of that, I have created 35 strategies on how to overcome all 13 of those procrastination tactics. Okay, all good stuff. So, lack of priorities. This is what we were talking about. We all have 24 hours in a day, all of us. You ever wonder how so many people get so much stuff done? One of the biggest things that I hear, Sabrina, how do you get so much done? How are you doing all the things? Well, first of all, I don't trick myself into thinking that I multitask, because I don't multitask. I time block. So I have a specific amount of time that I put into social media, a certain amount of time that I put in for all of my podcasts that I do, a certain amount of time towards creating these programs for you guys that I continuously release for all y'all. We have a sobriety course for those of you that are looking to get sober or are sober and want a new spark. We have finance courses for those of you that need to up your finances. We have time management courses. We have one-on-one coaching that I provide consistently for all of my coaches. So, lack of priorities. Am I going to spell this right? I hope so. Lack of priorities. Why did I put a heart there? Lack of priorities. If you are lacking in this area, then there's absolutely no way you're going to be getting done what you actually need to be getting done. Why? Because we always tend to get done whatever's the easiest. So if you know that on your list of things to do is clean your room, even though it's not even freaking that important, the easiest thing to do is just clean your room. Then you feel as if you were getting something done. You feel as if you were productive that day, but in essence, you didn't get anything done that would actually relay any sort of success in your life, health-wise, financially, or wherever you're really suffering in your life. There are people on this planet that are truly suffering in certain areas of their life. Their marriages are completely falling apart. The relationship with their children are completely falling apart. Their health is completely falling apart. Their finances are completely falling apart. And instead of prioritizing whatever that is, they retract. Because there is some sort of procrastination tactic that they're using. It sounds so crazy, but it's true. There are things in our life, fears that we have, things that hold us back from reaching our ultimate success. And until you figure out what every single one of these are and really start unraveling that onion, you're never going to get to where you want to get. And this is the cheapest. You will find this course. This is by me. This is me speaking to you. First of all, I will never be selling this course for this low again, first. Second, there is nothing as comprehensive as this. There is nobody on this planet that is as invested in you not procrastinating as I am. Nobody. I guarantee it. There is absolutely nobody who loves time management and organization as much as I do. This is the best course you will find. So, lack of priorities. Where are you giving your time, your attention, and your energy? Time, attention, and energy. I talk about this all the time. So, time, attention. You cannot have productivity in your life without all three of these. You can't just have one. You have to have all three of these in order for there to be actual movement and actual productivity in your life. Let me give you an example. If you have time and attention, you have tons of time and you're paying attention, but you are dead tired. You're exhausted. Are you going to be able to get your priorities, your ones and your twos done? Absolutely not. You're tired. Absolutely not. So, how about attention? What if you don't have attention? What if you have all the time in the world, all the energy in the world? You just had 3 Red Bulls in a row. You have all the energy in the world, but you're not paying attention. Instead, you decide to take that energy to the softball course and play some softball. Or are you able to get successful in your life in all the areas that you need success in? No, because you don't have the attention on the things that actually need to get done. What about time? What about time? What if you're not time blocking? What if you're not making the time? What if you have all the attention, you're ready? What if you have all the energy, but you got so much stuff booked back to back because you're putting other people's priorities ahead of your own priorities? Are you going to be able to get anything done? Absolutely not. So you need time. You need to actually set time in your schedule. For those of you that don't know, in the Human Better 365 website, you can purchase my 90-day planner. This thing is unbelievable. This thing will change your mind. It's your life. It's 90 days comprehensive of making sure you are time blocking and I use it myself. I've been using this thing for years. This is the #1 seller on my website. Just give me 90 days. Just give me 90 days. There is the mind flushes in here. There's calendars. There's there's goal setting, SMART goals, focusing. There's like 12 exercises in the very beginning before you even get going. That's on the Human Better 365. I think I might even be giving it at a discount. I think I'm even giving it as a discount here, if I'm not mistaken. So you need time. You need to be paying attention to what you want to be doing, and you have to have the energy. That's your health. That's your health. You have to be healthy. You have to have health in your life in order for you to be able to use that during the time block while you're paying attention. So priorities. Mark your ones, your twos, your threes, and your fours. Get the ones done. Time block. Pay attention to the ones and the twos and make sure that you're showing up with enough energy. If you're really, really tired at the end of your days, then you have to wake up early and you get them done. If you realize that working out really, really, really extensively hard leaves it so that you're absolutely exhausted and you can't get your life together because you're concentrating so much on your health, that's your energy, folks. That's your energy. So you need to prioritize. If you're putting way too much effort into your finances and absolutely no effort into your health, and your health is failing, right? Then you need to start putting more energy towards your health and fitness. Everyone's life is different. Everyone's doing it different. I don't know how you're doing it, but I do know that this program will help anybody who is suffering from procrastination. Which, listen up, folks, it's everybody. This program is for everybody. Get it as a gift for your husband. Get it as a gift for your wife. Get it as a gift for your boyfriend or girlfriend or your mother. Okay? Last thing I want to talk about is organizing your space. Clutter. I was just with a client this weekend. Decluttering. I cannot tell you the weight that was lifted off of this woman's show, this whole family actually, because of decluttering, taking stuff away, selling it, putting it on OfferUp, giving it to Goodwill. Nobody needs 17 salt and pepper shakers. Nobody needs 102 different pairs of black socks, half of which are faded, half of which have holes in them. These are things that people are hanging on to, and it's freaking bogging them down. They're collecting penguins. They're collecting clowns, Chinaware, tons and tons of golf clubs. What is going on? And then we wonder why we're so tired and exhausted. Our stuff is weighing us down. We're heavy down here because there's so much stuff in our life. So, this is what I'm going to ask you guys to do. Priority, right? Maybe this isn't a priority for you. But if this is a priority for you, if you are one of those people that has tons of stuff in your house, you know who you are. This needs to be a priority. This will lighten you immediately. Immediately within a day or two, as you start to get rid of this stuff, sell this stuff, give this stuff away, throw it in the trash can, your life will lighten. Create 3 piles: a throwaway pile, a donate pile, and a keep pile. Organize the things that you are keeping, throw away the things that are not valuable, and donate the items that can be useful to somebody else. To somebody else. All right, my friends. So listen, this is what I'm saying, folks. This is what I'm saying. Get rid of, acknowledge the areas in which you are procrastinating. The only way that you are going to be able to do that is if you know all the ways. And the only way to know all of the ways is to purchase the program. It's $19. I am basically giving it away. You can flail through YouTube and you can find ways in which people procrastinate. There is nowhere you will find all 13 ways that people procrastinate and then 35 ways to overcome every single one. These are strategic ways. I have been in this arena for over 10 years. Time management and organization is everything to me. It is how I run my house. It is how I run my business. It is how I run my podcast. You can ask any one of my clients, any one of my podcasters, the time management, the organization, the lack of procrastination is evident. It's evident because I am constantly writing my stuff down. I am constantly taking action. Nothing holds me back. Nothing holds me back. I think of something, I do. Think of something, I do. Think of something, I do. I am constantly getting stuff done in my life, which is why success follows. Which is why success follows. And this is what I talk about in the course. And this is what I talk about with every single one of my clients. If you need personal coaching, please reach out to me, direct message me. I do personal coaching in person, and I also do it virtually, whatever works for you. I am available to you. Reach out to me. This course, click the link in the description or just screenshot and go to this website for this course. It's $19. This course sells for $67 on my website. I believe it is up right now. I'm not 100% positive. $67 on my website. The book is, I think, $32 or $35 on my website. And now I am remembering that I am selling it at this link for $25. So you can actually get the course for $19 and the book for $25. So you are saving for well over $50. Well over $50 for both of them through this link. You don't have to get both. You can just purchase the program. It's time to get moving, people. It's 2022. It's 2022. Let's just move, folks. We got to start moving forward. I hope that you guys have a fantastic evening. Tomorrow I will be interviewing. I'm actually going to be on a podcast tomorrow with my girl Patty, who I've known a very, very long time. She is coming with some insight. So if you love my podcast on the Her Version platform, make sure you follow me and check that out. Sober Society. For those of you that are on Sober Society watching me, we are doing our Wednesday call tonight, 8:00 p.m. Eastern time. If you need the Zoom link for that, let me know and I will send you the Zoom link for that. As always, do something awesome. Much love. Catch me in the